It happens in a moment so small you could almost miss it. Soft fur beneath your hand. A quiet purr vibrating through your lap. A scene so peaceful you wish it could stretch forever. And then, sharpness. A quick press of teeth on skin. Not enough to truly hurt, just enough to startle your heart. You blink, you pull back, and suddenly the silence between you and your cat feels filled with questions. Why did they do that? What changed? Was it me? Many cat owners will nod at this moment. That tiny sting, that rush of confusion followed by a whisper of hurt. Not because the bite cut your hand, but because in some quiet place inside, it felt like rejection. You were being tender. They responded with teeth, and now you're sitting there, wondering what went wrong. Wondering if your love was somehow too much, too little, or simply misunderstood. If your cat bites you, they're not attacking. They're communicating. And if we lean in, listen differently, it may change everything, not just for them, but for how you show love. Because sometimes, the bite isn't about them misbehaving. It's about you not hearing them. When we first learn how to love animals, we copy what we know from other creatures. With dogs, affection is endless. The more touch, the better. But cats aren't wired that way. Their love is quieter, more measured. Their boundaries live close to their skin. They don't announce them loudly. They whisper. Tail flicks, ears turning, fur shifting beneath your fingers. And we miss it. We assume purring means deeper pets. We think closeness means more contact. But for cats, affection is often about stillness, energy balance, touch in controlled doses. We tend to love loudly. Cats love softly. And sometimes, when our love becomes too much, too soon, too fast, their last language is the bite. Think of it as lightning after a quiet storm. A flash meant not to hurt you, but to make you pause. To make you notice that the storm existed in the first place. 1. There's something called the bite threshold. Think of it like an internal meter every cat carries beneath their fur. For some, it's high. They can be stroked for minutes without discomfort. For others, it's unbelievably low. A few gentle passes along the back, and suddenly their nervous system is humming with too much stimulation. Their body begins to protest long before their teeth do. The signs are subtle. You'll feel it if you tune in. A purr that suddenly falls into silence. Skin that shifts beneath your touch like grass moving before the wind. Eyes that widen ever so slightly. A tail growing restless. These are not random. These are early replies in a conversation you didn't know had begun. Miss them, and your cat only has one option left. They don't want to scratch your heart. They're just trying to end the moment before it overwhelms them. It's not betrayal, it's boundaries. 2. Here's an uncomfortable truth. Cat owners rarely talk about this because it feels too personal. But sometimes, cats bite because we don't know when to stop. We associate love with continuation, but real connection often lives in restraint. The best way to build trust with your cat is to start treating affection like a question, not a statement. Offer touch, then pause. Watch their reply, not with words, but with body language. Do they lean in or subtly shift away? Do their eyes soften or widen? Does the fur under your hand relax or tense? Imagine if every few strokes, you simply withdrew your hand, just for a moment, waiting to see if they ask for more. That small act of patience, that decision to let them choose, tells your cat something profound. I see you, I will wait for your yes. That is how trust begins to grow, like a slow sunrise across your relationship. 3. Now, there's another kind of bite. This one surprises us even more, because it doesn't come from overstimulation. It comes from affection. It happens in the sweetest of moments. Your cat presses close, maybe even rubs their head into your palm. You stroke gently, you smile. Everything feels perfect. And then, teeth. Quick, almost playful. Not harsh, but firm. That's not anger. That's not them pushing you away. That's them hitting an emotional reset. The feeling got too intense. Their nervous system was overloaded by closeness, not irritation. For some cats, connection comes in pulses. They lean in deeply, then need to recalibrate. So they bite, not to say stop, but to say, give me a moment. It's like exhaling after holding your breath too long. The worst thing we can do is react with pain or frustration, because in their eyes, they were simply expressing intensity. Instead, next time this happens, smile softly. Pause, don't pull back harshly. Let silence settle for a second, then gently let your cat approach again if they choose. That small grace tells them that closeness is allowed, pressure is not. 4. Sometimes, the bite isn't about the moment. It's about pent-up energy left unresolved. A bored cat often becomes a biting cat. Their bodies are built for the hunt. built to chase, pounce, grip. If we don't give them opportunities to release that energy and play, their instincts look for substitutes. Your moving hand becomes prey in the absence of something better. That's why play is not just entertainment, it's emotional regulation. Think of your home from their perspective. They're hunters living in peace. Their instincts have nowhere to go. They aren't biting to be aggressive. They're biting to be alive. Schedule play like you schedule your day. Morning movement, evening engagement, wand toys that let them chase air, puzzle feeders that let them work for food, a scratching post that holds tension so your hand doesn't have to. A tired cat is peaceful, and a peaceful cat rarely needs to bite. 5. But what if the bite feels different, harder, faster, almost like fear tucked inside a flash of instinct? That's the trauma bite. Some cats carry scars you can't see. Maybe they were mishandled. Maybe they were chased, shouted at, grabbed without warning. Maybe life taught them that human hands come with risk. So they bite not to push you away, but to protect what's left of their courage. These bites are not about dislike. They are about survival. For these cats, move slowly. Let them make the first move. Sit near them without touching for days if needed. Speak softly. Blink slowly. Let them rewrite the story at their own pace. Trust is not something you build with treats and toys alone. Trust is built when you stop asking, "How can I make them love me?" and start asking, "How can I help them feel safe with me?" 6. Let's reframe it all, together. A bite is not an attack, it is a message. A bite is not rejection, it is redirection. A bite is not the end of affection, it is the pause before deeper understanding. When your cat bites you, they are not saying, "Leave me alone." They are whispering, "Listen differently." Pause for a moment and imagine this: a world where every time your cat bared their teeth, you leaned in. Not fearfully, but curiously. Where instead of reacting with frustration, you asked yourself, were they overstimulated? Did I miss a signal? Do they need space? Are they craving energy release, or are they quietly afraid? What if every bite is an invitation to grow? Not just as a pet parent, but as a listener, as someone willing to adapt, to learn love in the language of silence, body rhythm, instinct. 7. Over time, as you begin tuning in, something beautiful happens. Your hand starts withdrawing before the bite, not after. Your cat notices. They begin to relax, realizing that you hear them even before they speak, and that maybe for the first time, they don't need to defend their boundaries, not with teeth, but with trust. That's when the transformation begins. The bites grow fewer, the closeness grows deeper, your moments of shared affection don't end abruptly anymore. They end naturally, in quiet harmony, because you've stopped treating love as an action and started treating it as a conversation. 8. So next time your cat bites you, don't get upset. Get attentive. Let your response be a soft withdrawal, not a sharp one. Offer a toy, offer space, offer stillness, or offer another moment later when they come back to you out of choice, not habit. Because with cats, connection isn't built on how much we give. It's built on how well we listen. If your cat has ever bitten you and left you wondering what went wrong, share it with me in the comments. Your story might help another cat parent understand their feline friend a little better. If this video helped you see biting in a whole new light, hit like and subscribe. Every interaction helps us decode more of the mysteries hidden inside those quiet paws. And if you're still here, I know one thing. You're the kind of person who wants not just to love your cat, but to understand them, so don't stop now. Because every bite, every blink, every brush of fur against skin is a story waiting to be understood. And every cat has a story worth telling.